Hey everyone, so welcome back to another video, and today I am in Rochester in Medway, which, fun fact for you all to start this off, is that it's the closest town currently that I've been recording in to where I was born, in Gravesend. So Rochester's only about 15 minutes away, and honestly I've been overlooking it this whole time because where it's so close to home and I'm familiar with it, I think sometimes you just take it for granted, but I think there's a lot of history here and I would love to show you guys what Rochester is like. I'm starting the day here today in the Esplanade Gardens, which is a garden that's close by to Rochester Castle and also to the famous Rochester Bridge, which is a very historical bridge here in Rochester. It's been here for many, many years. And actually you can see just behind me we have got Rochester Castle already, so I will be talking more about that later. So before I begin, I'll just tell you a little bit about Rochester. Rochester actually used to be a city, and I actually personally thought it was still a city up until recently, when I found out that it's actually now just classed as a town. And the reason I thought it was a city is because to be a city in the UK, there has to be a cathedral, and Rochester has a cathedral. However, they lost their city status back in 1974 because the official documentation for Rochester's city status was actually lost. So therefore they could not define it as an official city. Of course, people still refer to it as a city today, but actually it's actually a town by law, let's say. And then Rochester Bridge, which is behind me, which is a very old bridge, and for more than 2,000 years it's been a route for people to cross between both sides of the river. Now of course that bridge itself hasn't been there for 2,000 years. Before that, back 2,000 years ago, they used to have like a stone and timber bridge. The current bridge was actually built in 1856. It was designed by someone called Sir William Cubitt. But back in the day it was used as a vital part of defence, obviously when they used to defend from attacks. And then that immediately brings me on to where I am now, which is the Esplanade Gardens, which is a beautiful garden area that's just situated next to the River Medway, and literally you can see the bridge from here. It's just a 30-second walk from the bridge. You've got the harbour on the front as well, where everyone's sort of docked their boats. There's a kids play area, big open green. It's the perfect place to go for a walk, to admire the scenery, and you can also get glimpses of Rochester Castle too. Of course, it's away from all the hustle and bustle of the town, which is nice as well. So if you just wanted to go somewhere to relax and clear your head, then this is also the perfect place to go. Alright guys, so next up then is Rochester Castle, which I'm currently inside, or actually on top of. I've made it to the top because you can actually go up to the very top. It's about £9.50 to enter for an adult, but totally worth it because you get to walk around and see all of the ruins on every floor, and you can go up the spire of the tower and come up to the top, and you've got this view looking over here. You have got a bit of a netting here because they're trying to deter pigeons, because there's a lot of pigeons that are landing up here. But you've got views looking all around. You can see the River Medway, and you can see parts of the town, and on the other side you can also see the cathedral, and you can see the marina. So there's lots of views of all kinds of things. But yeah, Rochester Castle is very historic. The original castle was built in 1087, between 1087 and 1088, and it's known to be one of the most impressive medieval castles in England. It is owned by the English Heritage, so it's obviously well maintained as well. The castle itself actually withstood many attacks as well, one of them dating back to 1215, and over the centuries it survived many more conflicts and battles. And today it's just a place that obviously you can just walk around, you can see the history. There's little information boards everywhere where you can read up on the history of the castle as well. Cool thing about this castle is that when you come in, you've got the choice to go up or down, so you can actually go down as well and see like the dungeons. So now I'm at the bottom of the castle. You can see there's like a bit of a castle grounds here that you can walk around. This bit is free, so you can walk around here, and then castle just there. And not far away over there you've got the cathedral, which I will be going to soon, but I'm going to save that one till a little bit later, just to sort of space out the two main attractions here in Rochester and show you some other little things that are dotted around here. There's lots of things to explore and see. So the next place I wanted to show you is a very historical building here in Rochester called Bishop's Court, and it's the residence that was associated with the Bishop of Rochester. However, it seems like it's occupied, and I don't really want to go inside just because I think it might be a private place now. But I can kind of show you from the outside what it looks like. But next to that you have the Vines of Rochester, which is a kind of big open park area lined with trees, all different kinds of beautiful trees. all different kinds of beautiful trees, and there's nice buildings around. It's just a really peaceful place, and a lot of people seem to go for walks through here and walk their dogs and just relax. So it's another nice little escape. So then the next place that's just opposite the vines on the other end of the park is Restoration House, which is a really, really beautiful building that unfortunately is only open on Thursdays and Fridays. So if you do want to go inside here, just bear in mind that it's only open on them 2 days. And as of recording this, it's a Wednesday, so I'm just missing out. And it's only open between June and September. So it's only a short period of time where you can actually go in, but you can see it from the outside. And it is a really magnificent building. And the house earned its name after King Charles II stayed there on May the 28th, 1660, before returning to London to be proclaimed king. So that's why it's such a famous building. Next up then is probably the highlight where most people end up of Rochester is the High Street, Rochester High Street, which is a really busy, bustling place full of independent shops and retailers, pubs, bars, cafes, you name it, it's all down there. And it's really nice actually. It reminds me a lot of Canterbury, because Canterbury is very similar in that respect of that vibe that you get when you're walking around it. So if you've been to Canterbury before, then Rochester is similar to that. And it's like stepping back in time, because you've got like a mix of Tudor, Georgian and Victorian architecture everywhere. So that's what makes it like a very historic place to go around. There's a lot of plaques on walls that you can read up on about the history of some of the buildings. And also the High Street itself as well has a lot of connections to Charles Dickens. And actually I think he has a lot of connections around this area, especially in Canterbury as well, if you've seen my previous vlog. And then just off the High Street, when you're walking down, you have got the cathedral as well. So now that's where I'm going to go in and show you. I'm at the cathedral right now. You can see we've just got the entrance here. There's also a cafe inside and exhibitions. But you can see this is the front entrance. So we're going to go down now and check it out inside. Rochester Cathedral, which is probably the highlight of the trip. I've just been inside and been all around in all the different sections of the cathedral and even down in the crypt as well. But just a fun fact for you as well is that Rochester Cathedral is the second oldest cathedral in the UK after Canterbury Cathedral. So again, if you've not seen my previous video in Canterbury, go and check that out. You can see the oldest cathedral, you can see inside that, and then you can come to the Rochester one and see the second oldest cathedral. And one of the oldest surviving parts of the cathedral is actually the crypt, which is just where I was just now, because they've got a cafe in there. It's called the Cafe in the Crypt. And I highly, highly recommend that you go and check it out, because they've got a huge variety of all these amazing cakes. And I had this vegan citrus cake, which was just so good. And you can also select from a range of coffees and teas as well. But the entry to the cathedral is free, unlike the one in Canterbury, which you have to pay for. So Rochester Cathedral is free to enter. It's really peaceful inside, like most cathedrals are, and some really magnificent, beautiful stained glass windows. The architecture is just mind-blowing. It's probably up there with one of the better cathedrals I've been in, and I can't believe that even though it's on my doorstep, like being from Gravesend, it's only 15 minutes away, not even that, and this is the first time I've actually been inside this cathedral. So I've had the privilege of going there today. And for my next stop, I've just been to the Guildhall Museum, which is £5 entry, but if you want to learn a little bit about the history of Rochester, it goes way back to the Roman era, and it goes through all different times in history. You've got things that have been found within the Medway area. They've even got a mammoth's tusk in there, which is really fascinating, but there's lots of sections to the museum. They've got a Victorian drawing room, which was my favourite room out of the whole museum. And then there's also a bit about Charles Dickens, because obviously he had a big influence within the Medway, Rochester, Chatham area as well. So yeah, I highly recommend checking that museum out. And actually thank you to the staff in there for recommending me to come to the Eastgate Gardens, because I've just got here now and you can see in front of me there's like this really awesome chalet. It's the Dickens chalet, which is like a Swiss style chalet that was a Christmas present to Charles Dickens from a French actor friend of his. So yeah, really nice. And also, as you can see, it's in like these beautiful gardens here. They're obviously doing a little bit of maintenance at the moment on it, but you've got lots of like Tudor style buildings around the area, and it's again very, very peaceful location, and it's also the best place to end the day. So that does actually bring me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking to hopefully bring you more from different places around Kent, around the UK, and beyond very, very soon. So thanks for watching, and see you all in the next one.